Alright guys, I haven't done one of these in a while, so let's do a little get ready with me while I give you guys a life update. I have so many makeup products that I haven't tried yet, so for the purpose of this video, I'm going to try to use only stuff that I've never used before. So as most of you know, about 6 or 7 months ago, I went through a very public breakup. It was my first relationship and we dated for almost 4 years and we were living together at the time. So needless to say, it was a very big deal. Last time that I was single, I was 18 years old, so I really haven't been a single adult woman. This is the first time I'm alone as an adult. So I don't know if this shade matches. Oh well, we'll just add a lot of bronzer. I know a lot of you have been following me on this journey, and normally I'd be posting on my YouTube channel with my podcast talking about navigating a breakup and all things therapy, but I haven't posted on there, so I figured I'll do a video catching up with you guys here. I will be posting on there shortly, I promise. I feel like my situation was very unique, and so that's why I'm always reluctant to share a lot, because I feel like nobody's really going to relate to me. But there is one thing that I struggled with that I feel like many of you might relate to. So obviously, we all know I go to therapy. I don't know if I've mentioned, I go to therapy. And, you know, throughout my whole experience and my healing journey in therapy, it's always been about healing from my upbringing, from my dysfunctional upbringing, having a dysfunctional family, childhood trauma, you know, healing from all of that and fixing any maladaptive behaviors that I learned from my parents' unhealthy marriage so that I don't repeat these things for my future children. That was always the goal. And that's something that I have very quickly grown to accept. Okay, wait, why do I look kind of crazy? Wait. And you know, I learned about epigenetics and how trauma gets passed through generations. And I was so excited to be on my healing journey to rewire my brain, turn some genetic markers off for some diseases, you know, become the happiest, healthiest version of myself. But little did I know that I was going to put myself in a situation where I would have to do further healing. So I don't know why, it never hit me that like you have to kind of heal from relationships. Like that never crossed my mind. Now I'm in therapy and I'm kind of unraveling things throughout my relationship, and I'm realizing that like I sort of re-traumatized myself in a way. I was trauma bonded, clearly. I really just reenacted everything from my childhood, and I just did it all over again. I just relived it. Except I was the adult in that situation, because when it happened to me in my childhood, I was a minor, I was a child, so it wasn't my fault. And in this case, it was my fault. I chose this. I made these decisions. I made the decision to be with that person. I made the decision to partake in that relationship. I made the decision to stay that long. And so the first thing that I went through post-breakup was just disappointment in myself. I felt very disappointed. I felt set back. I felt that all the work I've done in therapy was just so discredited. And I was just mad at myself. I was really just mad at myself. I don't know what this brush is used for, but we're gonna just use this. So I explained this to my therapist. I was like, I'm kind of pissed at myself because why the fuck would I do this? I knew. I was in therapy. I fucking knew. I knew. Why did I do this? And it's like now I'm like it felt like I was set back like 5 years. Like it's like, wow, now I have to go do EMDR therapy for this? Are you fucking kidding me? So I feel like a lot of girls can relate to that. Just not really having compassion for yourself and just feeling stupid and dumb and, you know, like it's your fault. But what my therapist told me, wait, why do I feel like this isn't bronzing me the fuck up? But what my therapist told me that really helped me, she explained to me, one, to have compassion for yourself. This was my upbringing. This is what I was wired to do. There was no way around it. I was going to experience it one way or another. She said that me being in a relationship actually helped her do her work with my family, because none of my siblings have been in serious relationships yet. So I was the first one out of all my siblings to be in a serious committed relationship. I want to be more bronzed, so I'm going to use this Too Faced bronzing stick. So she said, a lot of times you don't really see the full impact of somebody's upbringing until they're in a committed relationship. Once you're in a committed long-term relationship and then add on to it, you're living together, that's when all of the trauma comes up. That's when all of the problems arise, and you could really see just how impactful your upbringing was. She said, if anything, I should be grateful for the relationship that I experienced in a healing sense, because it'll actually further my healing and my understanding of my own faults and my own maladaptive behaviors. I'm able to see what kind of people I'm drawn to. I'm able to see what kind of dynamics I thrive in. Thrive meaning chaotically. So for that, I say to anybody that feels like they should have known better, that they shouldn't have put themselves in that position, that they should have been smarter than that they should have got out sooner, just have some compassion for yourself and also use it as a learning lesson. Use your experiences in that relationship to really delve into them and fix your side of things so that you don't repeat it, so that when you have a family, you don't repeat it. Remember, our future children deserve the best version of ourselves. They deserve the best version of their parents. Aside from that, I've been super, super busy. I don't know if you guys saw, I went like to 3 different places in March. St. Thomas, then Nashville, then Austin, all in 1 month. And this month I'm going to California for Stagecoach. And that's pretty standard for me whenever I go through something. I like to keep myself busy, which is great. I told you I handle adversity pretty well. The only downside of that is that I don't actually stop for a second, like think about how I'm feeling or like process things. And so my therapist kind of helped me to sit and think about what's happening and what I'm feeling and what I'm grieving and all that shit. So if you're like me and you like to keep yourself busy and you're just like on the go all the time and just be productive when you're going through any sort of adversity, always remember to stop and let yourself process things, let yourself feel things, feel it so that you can heal from it, because it's not good if you keep pushing and like not sitting down and actually thinking about how you feel. You're not really healing, which, trust me, I know it's difficult. But yeah, as I told you guys, I love traveling, and it is my plan to travel as much as I can while I live with my dad. And once I've seen the whole world, then I will get my own place. No, I'm kidding. Maybe not the whole world. The problem with that is that I want to live in New York City, I think, but I want a backyard. I think Apollo needs a backyard. I don't know. I want like a porch. You know what I mean? But then I'm like, I have my whole life to have a porch, you know? I could have a porch when I have 5 kids. I don't need one right now. But then I'm like, yeah, I do though. A lot of people ask me for breakup advice all the time. And everyone's situation is just so different that it's hard to give like one size fits all type of advice. The only advice I really have that's like a one size fits all is spend time with your friends. Soon you guys are going to be married and you guys are going to have kids, and you're going to wish that you were this young and that you had this amount of time to spend together. Enjoy every second of it. And don't think about boys. Like, you should be single for a whole like 2 years at least. Okay, guys, we need to be single for at least 2 years. Please. Okay, maybe 1 year. Everybody's healing journey is different, but for me personally, I would suggest 2 years. If you were my best friend, I'd be like, bitch, you need to stay single for 2 years. Spend time with your family, your friends. Heal. Talk, like, really analyze your relationship that you have with this person. Analyze your role in things. Fix it. Fix your role. Fix your part. Fix all the problems that you have. Work on it. Heal. And heal from any of the damage that was done during that relationship. It was a bad relationship, but even if it wasn't, just analyze it, work on it, and just keep striving to be the best version of yourself. I feel like a lot of this advice is very broad, but absolutely block that man. That man better be blocked. And just always keep your future children in mind. I feel like that's the one thing that helps me all the time, is just keeping my future children in mind and just putting them first. But yeah, for all of you that were going through a breakup at the same time that I was, I hope you guys are all doing amazing. I hope you're staying strong and you're dealing with this adversity in a healthy way. I hope you're working on yourself. I hope you're spending time with your family and your friends. I hope you're doing things for you. I hope you're treating yourself. I hope you're having compassion for yourself and allowing yourself to be imperfect and just learning from this experience, because that's what this is. It's just a learning lesson. I believe that God has a plan for us and that everything we experience is for a reason. And yeah, I wish you guys much love and so much healing. I will be posting a Chit Chat and Change episode soon, I swear.